for his sake came upon his
At the age of 12, Jesus was lost. Have you ever lost a child, whether it was 12 or younger? If Mary was here in Canada, the social services would have come in and taken the child, and they would have said, you know, your parents are incompetent. You can't even take care of your child. They don't even know where he was, and it was for 3 days. The Holy Family, incompetent, and they are put as a model to us. I have walked with people who have their children taken away by social services. And I think of all the people out there who have either lost a son or a daughter, lost through accident, through suicide, through whatever reason. And that anguish and that pain that each of these mothers feel, that was represented by Jesus when he took the bread and he blessed it and broke it and puts it on the altar. That is what every priest does when he offers the bread in memory of Jesus. We think of every time a young child was born, every time a child has been aborted. We think of every young son and daughter that has been lost at some time or the other. Jesus is offering each one of them here at the altar. A few years ago, I had to bury a young man. He was barely 23 years old. Some of the parishioners told me, Father, when you go to the funeral parlor, you will meet his dad, who is a very important person in the government. He's a man of power. He's a CEO. He knows how to move things. Actually, when I went there, I found a broken man who was crying for a son. And he told me, he says, Father, the whole thing seems wrong. I should be buried by my son, not me burying my own son over here. What is offered on the altar is the brokenness of this father. What is offered on the altar is the brokenness of every man, woman, and child who has died. And I think about Afghanistan, and so many of our young men and women have died over there. You and I might disagree about the reasons about going to Afghanistan, but our hearts still go out. And we think about Jesus lost in the temple, and we think about the mothers and fathers who have lost all these children in this war which seems so senseless. In the year 2004, 4 of our young Canadians were also killed in a friendly fire in Afghanistan. I didn't know their names, but I cried because they were ours. They were the ones that were represented when Jesus took the bread, blessed it, and broke it, and gave it up on the altar. And then I think about my own companions. I studied with them, and I've lost 5 of them. They were lost precisely because they were doing what Jesus said, do in memory of me. They took the bread, they broke it, and they left it on the altar. People came up to them and shot them, some in the head and some in the back. If anybody were to kill me here in Canada, it's not because of my faith. I'm pretty safe. It would be some crazy person that would kill me. And then our Holy Father went to India and he spoke about the conversion of mind and heart. Beautiful words for us Catholic, but politically it was incorrect. The moment he said that, so many of my companions were killed. The bishop had to go to one mother and said, your son has been beheaded. We have found the body, but we haven't found the head. This is the brokenness that Jesus represents. This is the brokenness of the mother who had to bury her son, and she did not know even what his face looked like at that moment. This is the brokenness that is offered here up on the altar. It's the brokenness of you and the brokenness of me that Jesus offers up on the altar. When he takes the bread, he blesses it and breaks it.
When it was noon, darkness came over the whole land until 3 p.m. At 3 o'clock, Jesus cried out with a loud voice, Eloi, Eloi, lema sabachthani, which means, my God, why have you forsaken me? When some of the bystanders heard it, they said, listen, he is calling for Elijah. And someone ran, filled a sponge with sour wine, put it on a stick, and gave it to him to drink, saying, wait, let us see whether Elijah will come to take him down. Then Jesus gave a loud cry and breathed his last.